The headlines first. Not happy for government formation, minister post until welfare of IDPs is secured, says Minister Khuraijam Loken. Hello, very good afternoon, and you're watching Pm-Istv English News. I'm Priyalakshmi Langpoklakpam. Now the news in detail. Minister Khuraijam Loken stated that he does not feel happiness for the new government formation and for his ministerial post until the welfare of the IDPs is secured. He said the government under the leadership of the Chief Minister is making efforts to resolving prevailing issues and announced that development of the Mayai-Lambi road will begin from Monday. Minister Loken offered prayers at the Lainingthau Sanamahi Shrine at Wangwei Thaunaujam Laikai and interacted with the locals today morning. Speaking to media on the sidelines, Loken credited people's efforts for his new responsibility and highlighted that while his tenure is rather short, his new responsibility covers beyond Wangwei AC. Seeking blessings of Lainingthau Sanamahi, he reiterated that first priority of the government is to end the sufferings of the IDPs and appeal for equal commitment from all communities to rebuild trust and harmony, emphasizing that sincerity and discipline are foundation for peaceful coexistence. Further, Minister Loken mentioned the government's objective to work in comprehensive manner without selective interests. The government will focus on improving road infrastructure of the state, he said, and announced that the Chief Minister will launch the development of Mayai-Lambi from Langthabal Puramakong on Monday.
Akoi Minister Wen I harau wami sada pauti. IDP jingina akoi yung kai hanjandringai maraksida akoina Minister Phangena harau no ai tokuda ai sajda ai taseng nai madui wakhalon do ai leitri manche. Makhoi khoi leiriba IDP singna yumda magi khoina ngasi sida nuaina jipka tonga chalaga khoi gari tonga chalaga khoi khungang laikai gi sida mai business na thakna leiraga IDP singna mite pi tar lei matamda ai lebak se nuaiba yakhaba ingba habdu na tem koma khoi leiriba hojik leiriba khoi hojikti khoi chapmana na khoi leiriba praja singju adagidi ngasi gi diet lauriba khoi gi state sigi diet lauriba mapi mapa singju khoi amata hoibe wakhalon da khalaga khoi chapmana changjan ba matam da khoi lamdam sida yana da furup amta leirwe ngasi aina wangoi kendra da minister ma pirak presida ai mayang infal kendra nauria kendra huntok payarwe makhoi gi mantri ne yu mayang infal praja adagi nauria kendra gi minister ne waisi thabak thoromam torko matam da ai khoi gi MLA nate khoi gi mantri nate hai wakhal thadok pi ai ngam jaba wadi ai gi level da dum ai mateng tawani ai tawam thokko tawani si mai thamjagena.
The Excise Department destroyed illegal liquors worth over 84 lakh rupees, seized with coordination of different security agencies at its headquarters located at Lumphil today. The liquors were seized by 13 excise stations during 31st October 2025 to 31st January this year, and it includes 9,621 litres of beer, 11 litres wine and 4,224 litres local liquor. The seized items were presented before the media in the presence of department officials, including Additional Commissioner K. Binku, Assistant Commissioner N.G. Rajesh and SP L. Napoleon. Speaking to media, Additional Commissioner K. Binku said the destruction is part of the routine process of the department and appealed the people to buy liquor only from legalized outlets to help contribute to the state's revenue.
Excise station akhoi trahom doisina phagalakpa October 30 daina 31 January bhogi manung da phagalakpa 344 gi quantity da liter oina paisa gi value dana 84 lakh 1583 gi akhoi gi da phajalaga excise station headquarter da thammani adu akhoi gi matam gi amuk space kana to bui oina maya mamang da akhoi gi press kam media gi mamang da sigi thuai bi excise to boina ngasi mu wang thokani akhoi gi maru oina Manipur state ki da ju hujikti akhoi gi legalize tawrabnina akoina mayamda prajajingda hijingri akoigi liquor laigidabo orgazu akoigi government gi permit ki matungina akoigi legalize oina phangiba outlet gi laibiraga masida apaba asengba thakningba laigadi plus adugi maramna akoigi state ki kano da revenue da yam achobo mateng amju oibnina akoigi adudagi tawbiu illegal oiba swaina pusalappa kano dagi tawbidana baina mayamda ju akoi amtang appeal tawning exercise department gi site dagi.
One-day legal awareness program on Prohibition of Child Marriage Act 2006 and Child Right and POCSO Act 2012 was organized today as part of 100 Days Internship Campaign for Child Marriage Free India campaign at ADL English School, Wabagai, Lamkhai. The program was organized jointly by District Legal Services Authority, Thoubal and Kaching District Bar Association under the aegis of Manipur State Legal Services Authority, Masalsa. Judicial Magistrate First Class cum Civil Judge Junior Division Kaching Neera Sinam, President Kaching District Bar Association Advocate Nomaithim Madhu and Principal ADL English School Iringbam Romesh graced the function as the eminent guests, while Advocates Chongtham Manishwar, T. Geet Deva and Naurem Jemshan attended as its resource persons. Pitambara English School Imphal has signed a memorandum of understanding with Swan Dussett University, Bangkok to foster educational collaboration and cultural exchange. The agreement signed at Swan Dussett University's conference hall outlines cooperation in Thai language teaching and learning, cultural exchange program and teaching learning of English language. Key signatories present at the event included Laurimbam Chiteshwari, Secretary, School Management, Pitambara English School, and Dr. Promchanit K, Vice President, Academic and International Affairs, Swan Dussett University. Dr. Tanom Intara Kumnert, Chairperson, Swan Dussett University, was also in attendance as a witness to the agreement. The partnership aims to provide valuable opportunities for students and faculty to engage in cross-cultural learning experiences and enhance their language skills. Under the supervision of Thoubal Forest Division, Dr. Lesangthem Jesli, staff of Kaching Forest Division, conducted anti-poaching drive. During the drive conducted near Kharung Lake, 4 bird traps were recovered. Speaking on the occasion, Range Officer Kaching Forest Huidrom Sundar raised concern over the traps being found to trap migratory birds and has appealed to all to refrain from poaching wildlife. Security forces arrested a man with 1.543 kilograms of brown sugar on Friday. According to police, security forces intercepted a four-wheeler A-Star bearing registration number UP32DS2851 at Lilong Alia Lamkhai under Lilong Police Station, Thoubal District, and arrested its occupant, one Muhammad Abbas Ahmed, age 42, along with brown sugar. From his possession, the police recovered 1.543 kgs of brown sugar and the intercepted four-wheeler. And giving you some national news, India and US today announced that they have reached a framework for interim agreement regarding reciprocal and mutually beneficial trade. The joint statement said India will eliminate or reduce tariffs on all US industrial goods and a wide range of US food and agricultural products. The United States will apply a reciprocal tariff rate of 18% on goods of India. The United States will also remove tariffs on certain aircraft and aircraft parts of India imposed to eliminate threats to national security. Both countries have committed to provide each other with preferential market access in sectors of respective interest on a sustained basis. India and US will establish rules of origin that ensure that the benefits of the agreement accrue predominantly to both countries. The two countries will address non-tariff barriers that affect bilateral trade. India has agreed to address long-standing barriers to the trade in US medical devices. India has also agreed to address long-standing non-tariff barriers to the trade in US food and agricultural products. The joint statement said India intends to purchase $500 billion of US energy projects, aircraft and aircraft parts, precious metals, technology products, and coking coal over the next 5 years. India and the United States will significantly increase trade and technology products, including graphics processing units, GPUs, and other goods used in data centers, and expand joint technology cooperation. Both nations have committed to addressing discriminatory or burdensome practices and other barriers to digital trade and to setting a clear pathway to achieve robust, ambitious, and mutually beneficial digital trade rules as part of the BTA. The joint statement added that India and US will promptly implement this framework and work towards finalizing the interim agreement with a view to concluding a mutually beneficial BTA consistent with the roadmap agreed in the terms of reference. The Indian Coast Guard ICG busted an international oil smuggling racket through a sea-air network-centered operation. The vessels involved devised a method to smuggle large volumes of cheap oil and oil-based cargo from conflict-ridden countries. During the operation, it was found that the smugglers were carrying out mid-sea transfers of the illicit cargo to motor tankers in international waters with the objective of making substantial illegal profits. The operation was conducted yesterday following the interception of 3 suspect vessels about 100 nautical miles west of Mumbai on the 5th of this month. ICG successfully established the modus operandi and the complete chain of events through sustained rummaging, verification of SIP documents, analysis of electronic data, and interrogation of the crew. In international news, France and Canada opened consulates in Greenland's capital, Nuuk, yesterday in a show of support for their NATO ally Denmark amid renewed demands from US President Donald Trump to acquire the Arctic territory. New French Consular General Saint-Noël Poirier said his appointment in Nuuk was meant not as a signal to the American administration, but rather a message of friendship to Greenland and Denmark. The French ambassador to Denmark, Christophe Perisot, added that the consulate was not just a symbol, but something very concrete to show the cooperation and alliance between the 3 European nations. Canada's Foreign Minister Anita Anand and Canadian Governor General Mary Simon arrived in Nuuk yesterday to officially open their country's consulate with a flag-raising ceremony. Canada first announced plans to open a Greenlandic consulate back in December 2024 as part of its Arctic foreign policy, while France's consulate was announced by French President Emmanuel Macron in June last year. The Islamic State IS group has claimed responsibility of the suicide blast at a mosque in the Pakistani capital Islamabad, which killed at least 31 people and wounded 170 during yesterday's Friday prayers. The Islamic State claimed responsibility for this attack in a statement on its Telegram channel. The militant group also released an image that showed the attacker holding a gun, his face covered, and identified as Saifullah Ansari. The group claiming bombing as part of its ongoing campaign against what it described as ideological adversaries. This attack is being termed as the deadliest attack in Pakistan's capital since the 2008 Marriott Hotel bombing. Well, before we end this bulletin, the headlines once again. Not happy for government formation, minister post until welfare of IDPs is secured, says Minister Khurajam Loking. Well, that's all we have in this bulletin. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great afternoon.